that's classed as a mountain. Oh, you know, nothing to see here, just a giant person asleep on top of a mountain. Almost reminds me of, you know, Moana.
Okay, I give up. But he said, almost reminds me of Moana. Like, it's a fictional movie, buddy. Let's do a little bit on this. Hi YouTube, how's it going? I very much adore the recommendations that you guys sent to me. They're super hilarious. A lot of them are very learning, I guess, the type that actually teaches you something. But once in a while, I too like to share some of the stuff that I find to be very entertaining. One amongst these are conspiracy theories. Within every single scientist, there's a little bit of a conspiracy theorist bubbling up, who kind of just wants to share some fun stuff about the world. But the reason why we get into science is because we want to debunk those theories that we have in our head to actually see if it conforms with reality. However, there are some people out there who don't take that extra step. I'm talking about TikTokers, obviously. So going down the TikTok conspiracy rabbit hole, this is made by Dantavius. He has another video on like presidential assassinations and stuff like that, closing Elden Ring for a bit, and we're gonna get into this.
A conspiracy theorist is defined as someone who is incredibly based and also very, very smart. At least that's how they would define themselves. But in reality, most of them are f***ing morons. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying every conspiracy theory is ridiculous. I mean, Kennedy definitely got whacked by the CIA. I think
Hello there, Fabio.
we can all agree on that one. But they start to lose me with schizo stuff like this.
Now, if we think about it, our moon could be fake and not an original sustainer of our Earth. I mean, Mercury and Venus don't have moons. So could the moon...
I was trying to pour myself a drink here, and she immediately went with,
There's the tiny moon getting bigger, getting closer.
Watch that. Boom.
Bro.
Where's the flag? Where's the flag?
No flag. They
Wake
lied
up,
to us.
people. It's not real.
people are watching way too many movies and forgetting how things actually work. This is like a plot straight out of Moonfall.
moon just be a high technological place where they do secret galactic things?
Now, the way I see it, there are 4 levels of schizos on the internet. Level 1 is your basic ground level conspiracy theorists. They believe in stuff like the moon landing is fake, Bush did 9/11, the female orgasm is real, stuff like that. Your level 2 schizos are your QAnon types. They are very, very distrustful of the government to an unhealthy level. Then you got your level 3s. Not only are they...
I mean, yeah, exactly. Level 3 schizos. That's why I'm categorizing a bunch of them.
They distrustful of the government, but also of reality itself. This is like your flat earth types or your hollow earth types or your cube earth? That's new. Now,
Cube Earth. This is new to me. Basically, the Earth was Minecraft. Of course. Can't you see? Why are we walking on plain fields? Why is the Earth leveled? Obviously it has nothing to do with the centripetal force keeping us on the ground, the gravitational pull from the center of the Earth keeping us there, making sure that despite the fact that we're spinning at an incredible speed, that we don't fly off.
Now, a level 4 schizo is someone who is so enlightened, so open-minded that it almost seems like they're suffering from a mental disability. But the reality is they're just on a different mental wavelength than us sheep. In this video, we're going to be discussing conspiracy theories that I found on TikTok, and all of them are going to be in that level 3 and 4 range, so buckle up.
Okay. Guys, have you ever eaten at Outback Steakhouse? It's the bloody work of the devil. The fact that it gives you the run has to be completely satanic. When you get that menu and you just can't keep it in, And that's Lucifer at work right there.
This is gonna sound crazy, but just hear me out. Outback Steakhouse is a part of some satanic cult.
Hold on. They always start like this. This is going to sound crazy. Well, it is because it is crazy, my dude.
Here's a T in evidence. So there are multiple Outback Steakhouse locations where if you connect all of them like connected dots, they make a pentagram. I'm talking Indiana, New York, Idaho, and so much more. What is going on?
That would explain the absolutely demonic shits I take every single time I eat there.
Okay, I can't. This is starting way too good. The pace at which he is running through this is perfect. The racist poles, yeah, that's why you barely see any people there. That's why they don't allow people to venture into the poles. Nothing to do with the fact that they may contaminate the area and also may affect its melting, but no. Research.
We have all been programmed to believe that there is no land at the North Pole. Just a bunch of ice sheets, nothing to see here. What if I told you that this is far from the truth? Not only is the North Pole home to the most exceedingly high mountain in the world, Mount Zion, the mountain of God, which is spoken about all throughout the Bible, it is also home to paradise, the Garden of Eden, which is...
Okay, maybe the Hyperborean thing? No, it wasn't even that. My dude went straight biblical with it. I guess the connection that is used with the Hyperborean thing, and of course talking about this, but goddamn dude, it is so easy. Let's not talk about the fact that, biblically speaking, and also historically speaking, Mount Zion is nowhere located there. Zion, by the way, is just a term for the chosen place. That's what it means. You could argue that perhaps, well, that is the location of Mount Ararat in, well, close to, I guess, should we call it Pakistan? No, not Pakistan, goddammit. It's in Turkey. That's the one place where Buddy got the place with the 10 Commandments. And then you have Zion, which is where, around which Jerusalem was built. Yeah, if you're a Viking, perhaps that would make sense. Like the coolest place that you could imagine. But that's not even paradise. That's supposed to be hell. You can also see the mountain from... Oh, buddy. That's good.
Just still here to this day.
This one can very easily be proven if you just went to the North Pole, okay? It's not that hard. Just go to Alaska, get on a boat, and go north.
This is one of the first ever maps created of the North Pole in the 1500s. That mountain in the middle, it is called the Rupus Nigra. It's straight from Wikipedia. Rupus Nigra.
Okay, bro, I'm pretty sure you're not... not allowed to say that.
Rupus Nigra is a black rock.
Okay, I am now convinced that the only reason he made this video was to have an excuse to say the N-word.
Not to mention Rupus Nigra.
Dude, okay, you know what? Let's entertain the thought for a little bit. Rupus Nigra. Obviously, black rock. The biblical N-word.
Did you know? So apparently the English language is full of spells that we cast upon ourselves. Think about it. We awake in the morning. What is awake? Pretty sure that's a funeral. So we...
Oh my god. Somebody just learned words. Oh, it's definitely magic because, you know, it's called spelling. It's like a child opening a thesaurus for the first time. Or a dictionary, just to seeing the etymology of things. So Kanye West. Whoop, boop, de scoop. God damn it. Stupid song. English made you furry? Okay, you know what? This is a conspiracy that I'd rather listen to this than what the hell is going on the screen right now. How the fuck did that happen?
Awake in the morning. Oh, like mourning the death of something? And then we go to work all week. You know, like week. So we work on the weekdays, like weekdays, in a state of stunned confusion.
That's not even how it is spelled. You could at least find like a homonym, like actual words that are written the same way to make it fit with your... Dude, what's wrong with you?
So we work all week until the weekend when we're, weekend. And the reason we even go to work is to earn a living, earn a living, like put our living in an urn. Sounds like we're getting the weekend of the deal. See, weekend. Let's not mention the fact that they literally call it spelling and we learn to write in cursive.
He said it. He said He said the spelling part. Oh, what a goober.
Well, we used to. Let's break down the word child. Chai, old. Like chai as in chi, like a vital life force. Old, so like a vital life force getting old. How about parents? Pair who rents the child. Don't even get me started on what words used to mean and what they mean now. Like the word nice, in Latin, it literally means ignorant. There's so many double meanings to so many words. It's crazy. This rabbit hole is deep, y'all.
Did bro just discover words or something? What's going on here?
Yeah,
when I first saw this, I was like, there's no fucking way this guy's serious. He's either a nitrous oxide addict or he's trolling right now.
I don't believe that he's trolling. Not at all. Like some people to a certain degree. Like when you are such a gold mine, like you can't be joking at that point.
But I started browsing some of his other videos and no. He is not trolling. This man is 100% serious. Like his third eye is so open that it's giving him brain damage. And then I started looking at the comments thinking that everybody's going to be shitting on him, but no.
Crazy, I've been talking about this for years. Oh no. Try to read words opposites and spelling that way. And then you can find hidden words in... Oh, come on. Pregnant. What? Anger? Makes... No! What is idiots? Somebody just equated pregnant with anger. Oh, wow. Wow. No. No. I'm gonna borrow some Christian points right now. We're living in the final days. This is the last level before we reach idiocracy. We live in a society. Dude, I'm going to get some white paint right now and cover my face. Okay, that came out wrong. I'm talking about the Joker, okay? Somebody gonna say that, oh, buddy, you're doing white face now.
This man has convinced a lot of people that the English language is black magic.
The moon makes you gay?
Whenever it's a full moon, people become crazy. They have said this for centuries. It was only the scientists that caught up about 50 to 75 years ago that figured out the human body is 70% water and the moon pulls on us too.
Almost killed my faith in human nature.
The tidal pull of the moon does not affect your body like that. It's like you just need to get on the podcast. Have that like semi-scary music and then people will suck it up. For those of you who do not know this, I occasionally aid students for either high school or primary school with like tutoring, and some of them will like have some of the most horrible takes. The truth with it is that a lot of them actually just need a little bit of a push, like to pick up a book and start reading. Problem is that even sometime when they read, they find stuff like this that only like supports the dumbest bias, and they are not taught in critical thinking or like analysis of material. Oh man.
Just like it pulls on the tides, so people become crazy under full moons. That's why they call it lunatics.
This actually explains a lot, because once a month I wake up naked in a man's bed with no recollection of how I got there. So it's the full moon making me gay. All right? I'm not actually gay. It's just the moon messing with my brain chemistry.
Oh no. We're back to the biblical part.
You can't tell me giants and giant things didn't exist. Look at the grains on top of that tree stump that's classed as a mountain. Oh, you know, nothing to see here, just a giant person asleep on top of a mountain. Almost reminds me of, you know, Moana.
Okay, I give up. But he said, almost reminds me of Moana. Like, it's a fictional movie, buddy. No, it's not just called geography, it's called Parolia. That's why I sometimes will explain to people why it actually makes a lot of sense that people turned out to be religious and all like superstitious. Because through pareidolia, which is this innate thing that we have developed in our brain evolutionarily to recognize patterns, which, think about this concept. We used to be afraid of like just something bristling in a bush. Like, you go and check it out, there's nothing in there, it's good. You go and check it out, there's an animal in there, you're fucked. So just by seeing these patterns, we started moving away from the bush. If you did not look into the bush and there was nothing in there, you were safe. And if there was actually something, you went away and still you were saved. In a similar fashion, when we used to light up fires, we knew that man were doing this with the tools. So when a freaking thunder and lightning struck a tree and lit it on fire, we were thinking, oh, there's a bloody creature up there. It's freaking Thor lighting up a tree. And or whatever individual. Which is why, for example, in old civilization, most of the gods were only reliant on like very primitive stuff that only were necessary for them because they weren't that complex. It was always something about like a god for like fertility, for agriculture, all those basic needs. And suddenly we started developing like gods that were focusing on our morals and our feelings because we ourselves became more knowledgeable. This is pattern recognition 101. Just because you're saying something doesn't mean that it's true. And or optical illusions too. That can also explain it.
And maybe just this elephant head on a mountain. Wow. Yeah, nothing to see here. It's only a human face on the side of a mountain.
This is just...
No, they're not toes. That's not a man between some giant toes. Surely not. No.
I feel like this is a symptom of what happens when you literally never go outside. Like, if this man just stepped out of his gamer dungeon for 5 minutes, he would immediately notice that some things just look like other things.
I'm pretty sure that was like Asmongold's room.
I just realized that photo kind of looks like my room right now. I guess it's true what they say. People in stone houses shouldn't...
Oh? Oh no. Oh no.
Throw glass.
Oh,
but my point still stands, okay? If you go outside, you'll notice that things just resemble other things, okay? Take this rock formation, for example. Just because it looks like a giant schlong does not mean that it was a giant schlong, okay? And if it was, good for him. But you know what? He is British, and they think that this is good food, so it's not that big of a surprise that he believes this stuff. But unfortunately, I did some digging, and, you know, this is more of a widespread...
Is the Vatican hiding the truth of the existence of giant humans? Yeah, sure. They read, like, 3 chapters of Genesis and were starting to believe that, those Nephilims mentioned in the Bible, they existed. They were real.
Red belief than I thought.
So tell me, do you believe, was Disney trying to tell us?
It's him again. Dude, he's everywhere. He has all the conspiracies.
Some things are just an optical illusion, right? Well, is this an optical illusion? Look at that and tell me you don't know what that is.
Motherfucker, there's like a reason why it's there.
Go ahead and tell me that confidently and mean it. Because you know darn well what that is. You can see it. No, that's not a carving. That's a petrified animal from the days of old. There's...
Okay. I was thinking that he was going to go with the carving clue. That, oh, people put it in there. Oh, this is brilliant. This is so far off to the point where it actually becomes hilarious.
There's plenty of statues on this earth that are thousands of years old. Now, what if they were petrified beings?
Now, I know what you guys are thinking. These guys are insane. They're probably high on PCP. And they probably smell like ass. All of these things are true, but they might be onto something. The last one especially. This conspiracy goes a lot deeper than you'd think. In fact, one person might have been killed for trying to expose it.
Oh,
On April 9th, 2022, Andrew Dawson posted a video of what appeared to be a giant standing on top.
I've seen this one. It's just a radio station. It's like literally anybody can go up there, requiring of course that they have the means for it and the equipment, but you can literally go up there. It's a radio station.
Top of a mountain in Canada.
It's a person, dude. No, seriously.
Funnily enough, I was watching a show a couple of days ago with like some... It's funny, like the last few days through reaction videos, I've been talking about Denmark a lot. But like we have like 2 Danish correspondents who are like visiting some of the Danish settlers, either migrants or whatever in Canada. They're like doing some cross-country show. And they actually encountered a guy called Jasper who was working in such stations like those ones, making sure that surveilling wildfires occasionally once in a while and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a common sighting.
Pull over.
No.
There's a person standing there.
No, it's not.
Dude, if you've seen what I've seen right now.
The video went insanely viral, getting 17 million views.
Wow.
And I guess Andrew just couldn't resist the dopamine hit, so he decided to go back to the mountain multiple times to try to get a less shitty video of the creature. But he was starting to bring a lot of unwanted attention. Some people didn't want him recording anymore.
I just got stopped by like some CIA agent. He told me to turn around, said I'm trespassing. I said it's a public area, like a public park or whatever. Some local told me to take this path. I didn't get it on camera, but I'm going to go again tomorrow and be prepared to be filming right now because he stopped the vehicle. His truck was blocking it. Said some like environmental issue was going on. I don't know. He told me to go back and said I was trespassing.
The CIA didn't want Andrew snooping around there anymore for some reason. Even though this was Canada, so why would the CIA even be... You know what? Don't think about it too hard. Andrew wasn't about to let the CIA get in the way of his quest for the truth. So he told that agent to go fuck himself, and he kept going back to the mountain.
The guy's here again.
Dude, I'd much rather believe in an alien Jesus. Like having those people who testify in Congress right now, like a few weeks ago, being like, hey, so we got some dude called Jesus. He's the one who's been circling the sky recently. He said that he was back for some reasons that are unknown to us.
Yeah, this is him. What's going on?
Road's closed. Turn around.
Really?
Yeah, man. Just turn around, please.
Okay. Have a good night, man. So that was fucked up.
A few days after that incident, Andrew posted this video on April 16th.
I'm pretty certain that he could still film. Like, I know that this is in the US and not everybody is trying to be like an auditor wearing like a dash cam or a GoPro strapped to the chest. But yeah, you could still film the dude.
I think that's the same vehicle from... Hey!
And he went radio silent after this post. Everybody assumed that the CIA whacked him. 3 weeks later, on May 6th, he finally posted an update.
Sorry to disappoint you guys, but all of the videos that I posted were scripted. They were just fake. They were just strictly for entertainment.
Now, this of course made people really suspicious. Bro was acting weird as hell, and it was almost like there was someone behind that camera holding a gun. After that, he disappeared again for 10 days, until he posted this video.
Yeah. You might not see me post ever again. My videos weren't fake.
Clearly something was up.
Yeah, it's a typical one. They were after me. They forced me to do this. Oh man, when people get addicted to clout.
And Andrew was terrified that he was gonna get whacked. But that still wasn't enough to stop his quest for the truth, because the next day, he went back to the mountain.
Bro, this is so much clearer. How do you incriminate yourself now? They're literal antennas, man.
What is that?
This was the last video Andrew Dawson would ever post. Now guys, there's a very real chance that our boy Andrew staged this whole thing. I'd say about a 97% chance. But I'm really holding out for that 3% that he was tortured and killed in a CIA black site.
In Canada.
That would be cool.
Alien killed dinosaurs?
Can
no.
we expose the real reason why dinosaurs are not here today?
Okay. I have a fun little idea. You brought the Jesus part there. Isn't there like a South Park? Is it South Park or American Dad? Who made a whole sketch about Jesus killing the dinosaurs. Jesus being an alien killing the dinosaurs. Fuck yeah. Now that is something worth doing. Or what the Transformers.
So they said white dinosaurs are extinct because an asteroid hit the Earth. Well, my theory is that they were killed by the aliens. So these asteroids just hit directly all over the planet, killing all of the dinosaurs. It gotta be something else for me. You telling me?
Oh my god, she has the Anunnaki thing in the background. Oh, she is messed up in the head.
These asteroids hit all of the dinosaurs and they all just went extinct. Well, I say them asteroids were actually missiles.
You put me in an empty room with nothing but a bucket of meth. For 10 years, I could not come up with something this stupid.
Marvel movie. They were supposed to upgrade.
Why do they keep doing this? Buddy, the Eternals? You could have chosen any better movie.
What?
Like Age of Ultron? Could you have chosen that? Some higher intelligence tries to drop a massive meteor on Earth, like, that's a better reference.
Are you advising them now?
No, my god, come on. If you're going on the conspiracy route, at least make something that has a tiny bit of tangibility.
Humanity's consciousness to a very high vibration and destroy the planet. Same thing in Prometheus. Now, there has been talk about dinosaurs being on the center of the Earth also. You know, Hollow Earth.
Stop yourself. Hollow Earth theory, where somehow the sun is within the Earth. Or at least there is a sun within the Earth. Man. Oh, some people need to pick a science book, not just literature. Because I'm willing to bet that she's going to quote Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne's. Actually, no, not even the Jules Verne's book. She's going to quote the movie. I'm willing to bet on this.
Theory, where China found an underground forest. If you've ever watched the movie Journey to the Center of the Earth, they went there and they saw dinosaurs. They already showed us in the movie Jurassic World how it is living with dinosaurs. We wouldn't be able to survive, so they had to get off the planet.
One thing that these conspiracy theorists do all the time that I think is hilarious is they will cite a fictional movie as if it's a real historical event.
You don't even need to go that far with a science book, man. Thinking about it. She is using media. The Land Before Time. Remember that cartoon? I am pretty certain that The Land Before Time taught us about how dinosaurs went extinct, the long period that it took, how the asteroid destroyed the climate and ended up suffocating the bunch of them. This children's show will teach you more than whatever nonsense she's speaking of.
So did this Anunnaki group, or aliens, whatever you want to call them, missiled off the dinosaurs for the evolvement of humans?
But the Anunnaki weren't even present at the time. That's not even fitting. She's even mixing up her conspiracy theories. She doesn't... Oh my god, you don't even know how to do this. That's disappointing. Now I'm disappointed. Now I'm even disappointed. Like, she can't even manage to piece things together correctly.
It's just kind of hard to believe the destruction of dinosaurs came from asteroids.
She says it's hard to believe that the destruction of the dinosaurs came from an asteroid. It's hard to believe, she says, but aliens shooting them with missiles, that makes perfect sense.
Paying bills.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming.
Now, this one is actually true.
Simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately,
Okay, well, That was creepy as hell.
But that's kind of what happens when a lot of the news that you are getting comes from private companies. That's an issue, right? They are not sponsored by the state, and it doesn't go through your tax dollars. Liberals are putting... Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of funny because the thing here tend to be that obviously some have had more nuanced takes on this, that this is a display on how the liberal media is all controlled by one. But it's like the group that actually owns this is like Republicans led. So it's like, hello.
You know, after watching that, it's easy to see why people are so distrustful of the media. I mean, no wonder there's so many conspiracy theorists these days. It's almost impossible to get the full, unbiased story in the news. Or at least, that's what I thought until I found out about the sponsor of today's video, Ground News. Ground News makes it easy to compare articles from different media outlets and to see multiple perspectives on the same topic. I mean, we are literally having congressional hearings about UFOs and aliens and shit. So let me show you what it's like to read a story like that on Ground News. Up top, there's a quick summary of the issue, and I can see that there's over 100 sources reporting on it, so it's probably pretty legit. If I scroll down, I can compare headlines and read full articles from different sources. Further down, I get the full bias distribution for the story, which is pretty even. Turns out everybody cares about alien invasions. It's like the one thing that brings our country together. But they do have a blind spot feed that shows you which breaking news stories have the most bias. These are stories that only one side of the political spectrum is covering. Stories you might miss if you're stuck in a bubble. I gotta say, Ground News is pretty based, and I think they're more important now than ever when everybody's so divided. So check them out at ground.news/Dantavius and get a free trial using my link. Thank you, Ground News, for sponsoring this video.
The iPhone is satanic too.
Have you ever thought about why an iPhone has its name? When Apple says I, it literally means I. iPhones are watching us, listening to us, and seeing everything we're doing. And some people have this link to the Illuminati. Don't believe me? What's Siri spelled backwards?
So what? So what? Are you going to force people to use Androids? I'm using an Android. Are you willing to join me? Are you willing to join me? You bet you aren't.
Okay, bro, what the fuck you want me to do? Use an Android? Not gonna happen.
No.
You guys remember?
Okay, history revisionists, we're getting into the nice territory. We're getting into those who really want to come off as being intellectual. The Roman Empire never existed. Goddamn. The only iris that scares me is the one from the Internet Horror Story. Oh, horror series. Yeah. Oh. No. No.
Remember the Roman Empire? You know, it was pretty famous. They even had a TV show based on it. Well, one woman on TikTok claims that the Roman Empire never existed.
It always blows my mind talking to people who have invested their lives in the study of ancient Rome, because y'all don't seem to realize it didn't exist. It is a figment of the Spanish Inquisition's imagination.
Come again. So all the scholars, the city of Rome, let's say outside literature, as the Chinese, even the Greek, whose a lot of the building technology or building methods are used to construct such things as the Colosseum, are implemented there. Literature from like all around the world talking about the Romans means that they never existed. But no, it was the Spanish Inquisition.
Now, my first thought upon hearing this was like, of course Rome exists. The city of Rome is still there to this day. How do you explain that?
The city of Rome was created by the Vatican after the Great Western Schism. It was cow fields until the 1500s.
Okay. We could restore the once great Persian Empire. No, but like seriously, this is one of the great reasons why you often, like not often, but like you can't just trust on somebody who is calm and composed and speaks things in a matter that is just like very matter of fact. Because just the certainty that she has in her statement is baffling to me. They were just cowfields, you know? Wait, actually, I've heard... Let me see. If my memory serves me well, there was a little something about somebody complaining that... let me see. Alexander the Great, or Iskandar, was a woman.
Few moments.
Oh my god, it's her. She's the nutter who said that. Here, I don't have TikTok, but...
No, Alexander the Great was not a woman. After my last video on Alexander the Great, I was shocked to see so many comments like this.
Probably has something to do with the fact that Alexander probably was a woman.
So I decided to do a little bit of investigating to track down who the culprit was that was disseminating this blatant misinformation. Turns out it's this individual.
Oh no.
Let's see what she has to say.
Now, there's actually no evidence at all that Alexander the Great was a man.
Yes, there is. There's plenty. Here we have a stone tablet, an edict by Alexander to the people of Chios around 334 BC, with multiple male pronouns and adjectives and titles used to describe Alexander. We also have a number of coins which depict Alexander as male, with male terminology. If you want more detail on this, go check out Maxwell Paul's channel here, that's linked in the bio. He did a fantastic video which goes into far more detail on this than I can. However, let's see what evidence this individual has for Alexander being a woman.
Classics and historians were ecstatic. We'd finally found the tomb of Alexander the Great. The primary burial was a 5'1", 60-year-old woman.
She's suggesting that the Castor tomb is the final resting place of Alexander.
No.
This cannot be correct. One, because Alexander did not reach the age of 60,
No.
and neither did his body return to Macedonia.
Of course not.
I mean, it's not like Alex's mom was a Spartan woman.
No, she wasn't.
What?
She was from Epirus. I also don't see how that's relevant.
I mean, it's not like he was greeted by women as a liberator. Wait.
Yes.
And?
In the same way he was greeted as a liberator
By
the men.
Egyptians and by other men who venerated him as the great pharaoh, the great king. He died young, yes. Like, the church bells are ringing, if you can hear that in the background. It's midnight. It's like whenever people get intrusive thoughts and they think to themselves, oh, the universe just lit up. I've understood it all. All pieces of the puzzles are now fitting together. Let me share it with the rest of the world.
Okay, well, what about the Colosseum or Trajan's Column? I'm sure they carbon dated that shit and it's way older than 500 years.
What about places like the Colosseum or Trajan's Column or Roman inscriptions written on things? You cannot radiocarbon date.
No. Men looting site that will craft a narrative of Western European supremacy. Calm down, lady. Come on. You can't go that far and be so daft. Okay, let me hear her argument again.
On things. You cannot radiocarbon date stone. Trajan's Column matches another column from Greece, indicating that it was dragged there. The thing on top of it is a statue of the Pope, added much later.
Okay.
Guess how the Trajan columns were made? I mentioned that before. Using the same methods that the Greek did. It doesn't mean that it didn't exist. Thank you for bringing up the Senator Armstrong quote there. Can you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Okay, but didn't the ancient Chinese mention the Roman Empire? There's proof right there.
Yeah.
Ancient Chinese mentions of the Great Roman Empire. Those don't exist.
God damn.
They just don't exist. How? Prove it.
Bro, she has an answer for everything. Now, I'm no historian. Well, actually, I am a historian because I have a history degree from DeVry. So as a historian, I say This woman is full of shit, in my professional opinion.
Antarctica is sketchy.
Antarctica is sketchy.
Yeah, every single country has signed a treaty that you can't do anything in Antarctica. No one can go to certain areas in Antarctica, and no one can own Antarctica.
Because you are not supposed to disturb the place. It's that simple. And also for research purposes. It's that simple.
Hitler at one point went to Antarctica with like 40-something virgin women. Isn't that bizarre?
Okay. Hold on. The meth head did what? Cool Antarctica, Hitler's base, myth and reality. Okay, so there's a paper on this here, made by what source? Let me see. The Scott Polar Research Institute, University of Cambridge.
Few moments.
First and foremost, there's no mention of him directly going down there. And why in the world would you even believe that this meth head, yes, Hitler was a meth head, is trustworthy?
He has a documented voyage to Antarctica with like 40 virgin women.
I swear you can say whatever the hell you want as long as you pretend to be on a podcast and put creepy music in the background, people will believe you.
There's this theory that Russian scientists found a hyper-intelligent sea monster in Antarctica called Organism 46b. In Antarctica, there's layers to the ice, so it goes very, very deep. These Russian scientists drilled for 30 years through the ice, and then they finally breached into a lake. 3 of these scientists, they go down to explore the lake, and they're attacked and killed by a massive octopus-like creature. The next day, the remaining scientists had gone out again to look for this creature, and they had managed to get it into a cage and trap the creature. And when they had come back up from the bottom of the ice, they just told the media that they saw nothing, but the story is that this thing is now back in Russia and they're using it in the military.
Okay, explain how. What are your sources? Expand on it. They never do that. They can just throw a bunch of statements out there and hope for you to fill up your imagination. Russia got Cthulhu under its grasp. Okay, clones. Now this is interesting.
Another common thing I've noticed on TikTok is that if 2 people look slightly similar, that can't just be a coincidence. There has to be something more going on.
Is the answer to one of the most brutal, unsolved murders of all time Katy Perry? Is she actually murdered child pageant star JonBenet Ramsey? JonBenet, who happens to look a lot like Katy Perry, was never murdered, and it was all a lie. JonBenet's parents faked her death and the ransom note because they wanted to get her away from the child pageant scene because she already had a few known creepy men fixating on her, P-words, and people trying to take advantage of her and wanted to use her talent and star quality when she was older. Even their parents look eerily similar if they just got older and aged a bit. How does this photo look like both of them at the same time?
That's not even the only Katy Perry clone theory.
That's Zoe Deschanel. That's Katy Perry.
You see people looking alike and you go, oh, wow. Margot Robbie, Gillian Jacobs, Jamie Presley. They are all the same. Samara Weaving.
They do look too similar to me, and maybe that's just my conspiracy mind. I'm calling it clones.
Oh, come on. Not this guy again.
And he's him again?
Guy's like my son. The more I try to get away from him, the more he shows up. I'm just going to play another video on the same topic because I'm tired of seeing the schlemiel.
So automatically they look so similar. People thought they were sisters. Is it because one of them is a clone? Well,
one of the few conspiracies that I believe in is the one that TikTok is actually like a response to all the bad that the West have done to China. Because they have 2 versions, right? They have their own versions in China that doesn't show this type of content to people. So like that's a conspiracy that I think is worth considering. Because god damn it, you can't be like this.
I was just wondering, what about their mom, you know? So I decided to look into both of their mothers. When you look at pictures of their mothers pregnant with them, you'll find none.
You know, I've seen this point brought up a lot.
What? Why are you looking at pregnant women's pictures? Calm down, crazy.
In conspiracy circles, I think it's a really dumb point, okay? Like, there are no pictures of my mom pregnant with me either. That doesn't mean I'm a clone, right?
Me neither.
There's no way I'm a clone. Who the hell are you?
Oh no.
Me? I'm your clone.
I hope that there isn't like a second version of me that's gonna pop off out of nowhere.
You've been exposing too many secrets, Danny, so the higher-ups sent me to whack you and take your place.
It's ridiculous. You're not gonna kill... Sorry about that, guys. Now, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, clones.
What do all of these celebrities have in common? Well, people everywhere believe that these are all clones. So let's talk about it. It starts with viral clips of these so-called malfunctions, such as Katy Perry's eye twitching or Eminem being non-responsive while being interviewed. There's countless videos of many other celebrities having similar experiences all over the internet, leading many to believe that they were indeed cloned.
Maybe because they are celebrities who have to perform all the time, and sometimes the veil, the mask, the front that they put off just drops because they too are human.
With the most recent example being not of an exact malfunction, but rather of Kanye West now
The day that I drop this mustache, people are gonna freak out.
being taller than ever before.
Those are just a few of the many, many, many celebrities who have supposedly been cloned. I'm gonna talk about a few of the more famous cases, and stick around because this whole cloning rabbit hole goes very deep. We're gonna get to like the bottom layer of the schizo iceberg on this one. Let's start with Kanye West. On October 8th, 2022, Kanye, or Ye as he's known now, tweeted, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight. When I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people." The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. A month later, Ye officially began his campaign for president of the United States. He quickly got together a team of the best gay neo-Nazis in the country and started doing a bunch of interviews where he was saying some interesting things.
What schools are doing is exactly what the CIA does with Pixar films and Disney films. They make Bambi's mom die in the beginning, right?
Is this real? Please tell me that this isn't AI generated. It doesn't look like it. No way. No way he said this. Oh my god.
And off that pain comes a purchase of ice cream.
With each interview, Ye kept getting more and more unhinged, and this reached a climax when he went on Alex Jones's show.
That's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called
this
that.
one I knew. That's what I've seen.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also.
It seemed like
bro was sitting there with the Holy Bible in hand. Like, yeah, you know, I'm representing the word of God. Gay neo-Nazis. Yeah, I mean, like, how, that's always been a thing that kind of, like, straight up messes with my understanding of certain terminologies. Like, how do you add flavors to Nazism? How? To some new panache to it. Like, I don't like Jewish people, but Arabs? Oh, I've fucked with those. Some dude from the south, from Al-Qaeda.
Hitler also.
It seemed like this was gonna go on for a while, but this would actually be the last interview Ye ever did up to this point. You see, one night Ye was sitting on his couch flipping through the channels when he came across the movie 21 Jump Street, and at some point during the film, Ye realized he liked Jewish people again.
Watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. No Christian can be labeled anti-Semite knowing Jesus is Jew. Thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you.
I don't know what the fuck happened after his mom passed away. And or after he got together with the Kardashians. I know that there are actual conspiracy theories that are worth noting, that there is like a Zika virus within the VJJ of a Kardashian that messes with every man that they encounter, except for Pete Davidson. He's already messed up, so I suppose that he might come out of the other end being kind of normal. Whatever happened to the man? he needed to be in a mental ward from day one. Since those things happened, he needed really to work on his mental health, but he's been ignoring it the entire time, calling himself a genius.
The people thought this sudden change of heart was suspicious. And to make matters even weirder, after this post, Ye went missing. No interviews, no social media, no paparazzi, nothing. This was getting scary. Ye said himself just a few weeks before his disappearance.
If I ever went anywhere, we'd know why. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
Rumors were swirling that Kanye was assassinated. But then all of a sudden, he was spotted out in public with some mystery woman. But this wasn't enough to convince everyone that Ye was actually alive.
Has Kanye West been cloned? People have taken to social media with height comparisons of Kanye and various celebrities before and after.
What the fuck outfit is this?
West's height is 5'8", and here he is with his former wife, Kim Kardashian, who is 5'2". West's new wife, Bianca Censori, is purportedly only 1 inch shorter than him at 5'7".
So he basically just saw like a copy of his wife. Except that she doesn't have a fake ass. Maybe fake titties. Who knows?
But there are multiple photographs showing Censori, who looks much shorter than West, wearing heels, even while he's more or less barefoot.
Bro really married the first Kim Kardashian lookalike he could get his hands on.
Basically.
What if she's not just a lookalike? What if she's also a clone?
Kanye's new wife is a clone of a clone. Kim Kardashian didn't survive the 2009 robbery, and she was cloned. Bianca Censori.
Okay, hold on. There are interviews with the guys who stole from the Kardashians, some Frenchmen who were like, hey, she shouldn't be flaunting her riches because that's literally an invitation for me to rob her. The dude was pretty clear with what he did. He felt zero remorse. I've seen those interviews. They are freaking hilarious. So no, they did not harm her.
Kanye's new wife is just a clone of Kim Kardashian. You heard right. She is just a clone of Kim Kardashian, but not just a clone of Kim. They Rick Morty this crap. They made her a clone of a clone.
Now guys, this goes a lot deeper, okay? We're just at the tip of the iceberg right now, so stick around. These theories about celebrities getting replaced with clones actually goes back way further than you'd think. Back to 1969, when everybody thought Paul McCartney died and was replaced with a lookalike.
There was even one report that McCartney was killed 3 years ago in an auto accident and a double put in his place.
Just because he wasn't wearing any shoes on this album cover. No, I'm not joking, but hey, it was the 60s. Everybody was high on LSD, so...
Wow.
What can you do? Fast forward to 2011. You guys remember Avril Lavigne?
It's almost done.
I don't, because most of my long-term memory was wiped out after I overdosed on nitrous oxide in 2019. The reason I bring this up is because the Avril Lavigne thing sparked a whole new genre of conspiracy theories that basically every celebrity on the planet that you can think of has been cloned at one point or another. Will Smith, Britney Spears, Eminem, even Kevin Hart, bro. They got Kevin Hart.
How do you do it? I have a clone. I was gonna say that. There's 2 of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay? It's about a good 3 of me.
Oh, and it's not just celebrities that are being cloned, okay? It's also world leaders like Kim Jong.
That shit can't work on comedians because they always have it. They are going to ride on that conspiracy train and just make so many jokes on it.
Moon and even Joe Biden. But guys, it gets even more insane than that. There's this guy by the name of Donald Marshall. He claims that the secret shadow government that runs the world has been running underground cloning facilities since the 50s,
Agent
where they
Smiths.
have clones of pretty much every famous person you can think of.
Queen Elizabeth is there. Stephen Harper, Canadian Prime Minister. Obama is...
That will explain how Liz has been alive for so long. She's not a lich. She's just a clone. Neil, motherfucker. Rest her soul. You old hag.
Is there. Vladimir Putin is there. The Pope is even there. All kinds of heads of different factions of different things. The head of the Mexican drug cartel is there. Mafia in Italy is there. Man, everybody is there.
But who is this schmuck? And how does he have so much information about this if it's such a big secret? Well, apparently Donald was cloned himself.
Oh.
At the age of 5, he was kidnapped and a clone of him was made against his will. But he didn't remember any of that until he was 30 years old because I guess he had to repress memories or something.
I was memory repressed about the cloning stuff until I was 30 years old. They call it the awakening when they give you back the memories.
And I know this sounds like the plot of a bad sci-fi movie, but bear with me. In 2011, after gaining his memory back, Donald wrote a book titled Exposing the Illuminati's REM-Driven Human Cloning Subculture. Kind of a long-winded title, gotta be honest. I would have picked something more catchy, but whatever. So what the hell is an REM-driven clone?
REM-driven clone. Okay, now what that means is when you go to sleep, the Illuminati, this is their main form of communication.
He's just like the word dude. He learned of REM sleep. That few window of like 2 or 3 hours at maximum that you are supposed to be getting in. Basically, all the function that your body truly needs are achieved during the REM sleep. A fun little thing that I learned from my little girl is that she can go through her entire phase of sleep within half an hour because babies need that to grow faster. So yeah, pretty fascinating stuff. But he just learned of it and decided to make an entire conspiracy about it. Great.
Too, they don't call people on the phone. They don't meet at the Bohemian Grove anymore. Since they got cloning, they meet at the cloning station when they go to sleep. Each of them, I don't know how they do it exactly, okay, or else I'd know how to block it. But they can transfer your consciousness into a clone at the cloning station if they have a clone of you.
Yeah, so from what I gather, it's kind of like that Black Mirror episode with Aaron Paul. As soon as the person falls asleep, their clone wakes up and they can control it while their actual body is sleeping. Another thing he said is that any damage done to your clone is felt by the real person.
What?
So if somebody punched your clone in the balls, you would just randomly feel it as you were going about your business. Kind of like a voodoo doll. And apparently, this can also be used to whack people. They can give people aneurysms and kill them while making it look like natural causes.
Death
If
Note.
they apply a constant electronic current to your clone, you will have an aneurysm. If you're younger, it'll take a little bit longer with the electric current, but...
So how is this guy still alive after exposing all these dark secrets?
I know.
Well, apparently, he's such a good songwriter that they can't afford to get rid of him. He says he's written pretty much every hit song of the 21st century.
He's the ultimate ghostwriter. Wow. Yo, Drake must be on his ass.
Keep them off me. I started singing like original songs there, just right out of the blue. Turns out the first one, people liked it and they had a famous person use it, and then they came back for more and I made more, and other people came back wanting to hear more. Then they started bringing me there every single night, and all these people wanted to meet me after I made a certain amount of songs. You know, thought that I had some kind of like super talents to them.
Did he write for Kanye? That's what I like to know. Did he write for Kanye West?
And all the richest people around, music producers and stuff, all went there wanting songs from me too.
Now this is where it all comes full circle, because our boy Donald, he basically invented Kanye. Kanye West has performed many songs I have made as a REM-driven clone version of myself from the cloning center, through the process of consciousness transfer from my original body to my duplicate REM-driven clone. Kanye West still attends the cloning center as a REM-driven clone version of himself.
Okay, Dantavius, great job. I knew that this was a little bit long drawn, but he went there and he delivered on it. My word, this was just an entire build up to drop a bomb. Kanye was written by a clone of a clone through this REM thing. Oh, wow. What a conspiracy.
Fuck, man. This whole time I thought Kanye was a musical genius, but it turns out he's just a talentless hack and got all his songs written by the true genius that is Donald Marshall. So keep that in mind next time you're bumping Graduation.
Okay, we're done here. We're done. The video's almost over. We're done. My dude just discovered pyramids. And how it was that the way that they are made is just about the most logical way of construction. And even the 3 windows thing. Center door, some on the side. Uh-huh. So what?
I'm not really sure what this one is implying. Honestly, I've been watching this video on a loop for the past 3 hours and I still don't get it. But you know, I was scrolling through this man's profile and he is an absolute gold mine.
All presidents are related.
Now, this mother sucker is alleging that all US presidents are related. And someone in the comments asked if he had any proof to back up his claim. And I shit you not, this schmuck replied with, "This needs no proof." I fucking love this guy, man. He's like the perfect representation of the failure of the US educational system.
Okay, this was perfect. Oh, this was so good. If you unsubscribe to Dantavius, his channel is great. I've watched a couple of his videos, and yeah, go and subscribe.